Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you very much for joining me. I have a fun project planned for us today. I hope this video inspires you to create something of your own. If you would, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. That helps me to grow this channel and to continue to bring you new projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing? And if you have, thank you very much. Well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it. Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had one of my good friends, Ruth, give me a large bag of ribbon and bows. How about that? Oh, I just love it when they do that. What a blessing. So I've sorted through. These are bits and baubles. These are actually headbands, right? So I try to sort out. I do have some clips in here for the bows. I have some that are bits and baubles, right? So started but no decorations. And then I have a lot of ribbon. I went through and sorted through all of it. My next sort will be glitter, non-glitter, pattern, non-pattern, that sort of thing. But I have some that I'm going to leave just the way they are, right? I actually have several. But here are samples of those. I think those are just too cute. And more ribbon, right? Sorted by colors, kind of, sort of. But look at all of these bows that she had started. And I will work on putting my kind of touch on them, right? Something I love to do. And then I will give them away because there's a whole bunch of bows on my table, y'all. And then with the ribbon, she does something super cute. So let me move this. She takes ribbon and she makes curly cues out of them. Are those like the cutest little things ever or what? She uses something called Stiffy. I don't have Stiffy, but I've watched a couple videos online, and so I've got an idea. But we're going to start with these after we make some curly cues. So we have a bunch of ribbon. Not sure that's going to be curly cues. Let's see. Maybe. But I've got all these different colors, which she gave me these in a stash before. How about that? But she's just very, very generous. So I'm going to try to turn these into curly cues to add to these bows. My idea is to use Mod Podge, which is for fabrics, supposed to be permanent. Then I'm going to test some Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue. I've got a clear tacky glue. I've got fabric glue. And then I've got a little bit of art glitter glue left in this bottle. And then I have a jug of Elmer's glue. So one of these glues might just work. So let me get myself sorted and set up. I think I'm going to do the curly cues first, multiple kinds, and then come in with the other bows. So let me get us set up, cleaned up, set up, and then I'll come back to you. Oh my gosh, is this so much fun, y'all, or what? All right, got a lot to do. Let's get to it. All right, I got something to hold our spirals in. I'm not sure how many I can get in each one. My thought is to tape it and then spiral it around and then paint the glue on there. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm going to start with this. And I kind of want to see how much ribbon this will take. probably double of that. So about to there. All right, let's cut it and see what happens. Got a thing of water here so I can dilute some mixtures. I don't think it's going to take a huge piece of tape. All right. And the reason I'm using these Sharpies from my stash is that I was trying to use something. I should put it down. Use something in my stash that would not, once the glue dries, it won't stick. Like, I'm worried that if I put it on a wooden thing, it'll stick and all of the jazz. So, here we go. It's always an experiment on this channel, right? Alright, I've got several curlies going over there. Kind of found a faster way to do it. I'm just going to tape the end down, spiral it around the bottom of the Sharpie, not overlapping, just side to side. And then I'm going to take it up to the end. You see I could cut little tiny pieces of tape. It'd take about an inch, cut 3 columns out of it, and then cut each column in half. Seems to be enough tape, but any more than that it's really a waste, and especially on this very end down here. It doesn't take any more than that. So here are the yellows, and I found that my glue here has some clumps, so I've just been taking it out and using that little lid there so that I can finally get all the glue off of there. right, I've been able to create a few curly cues. How about that? And the solution, the glue, because I was not able to get what my friend used. I had some fabric glue on hand, so I'm literally real precise measurements. It's like a dollop, and it's thick. There it comes. I put about that much in there. And then I use some Elmer's glue. Let's get these out of the way. Trying to get it where you can see it. There you go. And then we put in some Elmer's glue. It's about a 2-to-1 right there, that ratio. 2 fabric glue, 1 Elmer's glue. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of water in there. Now I've been cleaning my brush out so it's not completely clear water. It's a little bit glue diluted because I clean out my paintbrush. So then I put about that much. And I have my fancy stir stick, which is AKA use popsicle stick, and give it a stir. And then just stir it around. And this fabric glue, the fabric glue seems to be a little bit older, so I do have clumps. So I've just got little lids over here that I clean my paintbrush off on when I need to, and my cloth. It's relatively a straightforward process. You put the ribbon, tape the ribbon to the Sharpies. Sharpies have worked well. I have had 2 instances where the writing on the Sharpie has come off on the ribbon. I don't know what would cause that. I mean, it was a normal looking pen, this one and this one, but for whatever reason, and I'll have to throw those away, but I just wanted to show you that could be a hazard. But I mean, I've made tons and tons of curlies and I've had 2 fail, so I'm okay with those odds. And I couldn't get the exact adhesive that my friend used, and that's okay. I did some research online and worked through some different formulas. This seems to work, because what I've got over here, while the curly is still there, it's not like a harsh, like hard feeling. So to put it in a bow will be just fine. Some of the thinner ribbon doesn't, like it has a loose curl. I'm okay with that too, right? I'll use it in different ways. But this is the big part right here, just a little, the prep. It's always in the prep, right? So just give it a good stir. I have found that I've been able to reuse those little tape pieces, which was good. I was getting low on my tape, and I was like, oh man, I'll have to go out and get more tape. Like, literally. But it has worked. So what I've been doing, at the beginning I cut the water bottles too short. They need to be tall so that the pin can stand up on them. But just take just a brush and your prepped pin, right? And just literally paint this glue on there. All right, so I've got all the pins uncurled. So we've got tons and tons of curls, lots and lots. I have lots and lots of bows that my friend gave me in various stages. Some have clips and some don't. All right, so what I've done is I've taken the ones with the clips and added some curly ribbon, and then came back and added a little button that I happen to have on hand. I sewed the button on and then used a little bit of hot glue just to stabilize it. But that's what it looks like. I wanted to sew the button so I didn't have to worry about little ones picking it off and putting it in their mouth. Got just different little fun buttons in the center. A flamingo. So these are just turned out kind of cute. So I'm going to keep on going with this idea. I have all kinds of buttons. So some of the specialties, but then I have some just flowers and some just regular old buttons. So I think those are super cute. All right. I think, and I've got these, and I've had these for a while with the other bows we made. Let's see if I can't find that video and link it here somewhere. I'm going to do that one instead of the little unicorn or the horse. All right. So what I've done, and I don't have my glue gun on because this takes a hot minute to get this part going. Some of them had a center. They did. I'm just going to leave that away the way it is. But I'm still going to add curly ribbons to the edge. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and sew my buttons on before I add the curlies. It was a little hard on those because I did the curlies then the center. So I think it would be easier if I put the center piece on first. So I'm going to try this next set, and I've just got my heavy duty sewing thread. Doubled it up, put in a couple knots, and then what I want to do is I'm going to go in and I am going to just secure this with the knot by just going inside the knot here, the two threads, and that anchors it to my fabric. And now that I've got it anchored, I'm going to snip this off maybe 1/4 of an inch from the knot, and now I can attach my Super cute. Okay. What else do we have over here? I think. Oh yeah, we got a button for this one. This one I think is going to be really pretty. I'm only going to put a little bit of extra ribbon, but it's that, and I'm going to add a flag in the center, and then maybe some curlies at the bottom or something. We'll see. But I kind of like how this one's looking. All right, we're on our last handful of bows. There's a lot of bows, y'all. They will definitely come in handy later this year. Let's see. Trying to see what I have. Oh, there's some black. That, this. I don't have any more polka dot, but the white would kind of get lost. So, all right. So what I want to do is found that I cut 4 little curly cues here, and usually like 1 loop around is good. And this one is, that's all I have, so we're gonna make these a little bit shorter. All right, have my ceiling fan on, so we're gonna create a dam around our things because they like to roll away. Let's see, is our, yep, our glue is ready. So what I've been doing is, if any of the ribbon had started to fray or anything like that, I would come in like that one right there. I would just come in and give it a tiniest little trim. All right, so there we go. And then here in the back is where I'm going to put a couple of these. So let's see, the one there, yeah, I want to put like right in here. there it is. The last one. And I think it turned out cute too. Tried to give us trouble, but we got it. Shoo! All right, well, let me get them all. I'm going to get the table cleaned off, get them all laid out so you can see exactly what we were able to create with this project. This has been a fun one. Learned how to make curlicues and how to add them to bows. We have a ton more that my friend gave me, but this is where we will stop for those. This will be another project for another time. But let me get everything cleaned up and then I will show you what we've created. This has been a fun project, y'all. Well, here they are. Ooh, we made a ton of bows, y'all. So this on the far right, those are just general. These have used Disney buttons, those little row right there, and then here's some holiday ones. How about that? Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like it. Please share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you please consider subscribing? And well, until next time, happy crafting. All right, I'll get some close-ups for you. These turned out super cute, y'all. All right, until next time.